If you're running an education business in Singapore, you're already competing in one of the most prestigious education markets. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Having excellent academic programs isn't enough anymore. With over 1,800 preschools and institutions serving nearly 500,000 primary and secondary students, how do you make your education business stand out? How do you attract the best students when every education business is claiming to be the best? I'm Crystal from Grow Public Relations, and today I'm going to review why public relations might be the missing strategic piece in your education story, and why the most forward-thinking education businesses in Singapore are already using it to pull ahead. Let's start with some context. Singapore's education system is globally renowned, with the government investing $13.4 billion in 2023 alone. That's approximately 16% of total government expenditure. We are attracting around 55,000 international students annually who could choose to study anywhere in the world, but pick Singapore. And with nearly 28% of Singapore's population under the age of 25, the demand for quality education isn't going anywhere. But here's the challenge. How do parents and students choose between seemingly similar options? When everyone offers academic excellence, holistic development, what makes your education business the right choice? This is where strategic reputation building becomes not just valuable, but essential. The first key strategy is building credibility through powerful storytelling. Instead of just listing achievements, you need to craft compelling narratives around them. For example, rather than saying our students achieve a 95% pass rate, show how your unique teaching methodologies help a struggling student overcome challenges and excel. This humanizes your education business and makes achievements relatable. This needs to be a method unique only to you. Next strategy is to consider highlighting the people behind your education business. Parents aren't just buying a curriculum, they're investing in the educators who will shape their children's future. For example, Little But Mighty, an English enrichment center with 5 outlets in Singapore, by strategically positioning their founders as education experts through media pitching, they secured an impressive 35 media coverages in publications like CNA, The Straits Times, Today, and 8 World. When the founder of a tuition center appears on national television discussing education trends, parents immediately perceive the center as more authoritative than competitors, even if the actual teaching methods are similar. The next strategy is to leverage on digital platforms effectively to connect with today's students and their parents. Let's be honest, traditional brochures, newspapers, marketing materials aren't cutting it anymore. Today's students live on Instagram and TikTok, while their parents are comparing options on LinkedIn and parenting forums. Here's what works. Social content showing people you are the expert. You can do things like study tips, student takeovers on your social media platforms. Let your current students show prospective students what a day in your business really looks like. This authenticity is something marketing materials can never achieve. You can also work with influencers, whether it be reaching out to parents or youths. User-generated campaigns encourages students to create content about their experiences at your institution and your education business. When these influencers proudly tag your schools in their socials, that's more powerful than anything else. Remember, Gen Z students and millennial parents can spot inauthentic content from a mile away. Your digital presence needs to be genuine, consistent, and engaging. The last strategy is organizing high-impact events that showcase your education business as unique. Open houses are standard, but what about immersive experiences that let prospective students actually experience your teaching methodology, get to know the teachers behind the business? What about parenting-related workshops that demonstrate your approach rather than just talking about how good you are? Let's take a closer look at these success stories. When Little But Mighty started their PR journey, they already had an extensive digital presence. What they needed was credibility. Through strategic media pitching, They position their founders as education experts worthy of being featured by national news outlets. The result, they are now approached by media outlets like Channel News Asia when education-related news breaks. That's the power of strategic reputation building. You become the go-to voice in your field. This human-centered approach resonated with media outlets, resulting in broadcast coverage across multiple news channels in Singapore. This institution understood something crucial. In education, parents and students aren't just buying services. They are buying into stories and values they want to be a part of. So how can you apply these lessons to your education business? Here are some steps. First, identify your unique story. What makes your education business different? What are the problems of parents and youth that only you can solve? Is it your founding mission? Is it your teaching methodology that's different? The success stories of your alumni? These are the narratives that deserve to be told. Second, to invest in relationship building with media outlets that are relevant to your education business. Journalists are looking for qualified education experts to comment on trends and policies. By positioning your leaders as thoughtful voices in education, you create ongoing opportunities for visibility. Thirdly, to create a consistent content strategy that balances credibility building and appeals to youth. Your LinkedIn content might showcase thought leadership, while your Instagram and TikTok can feature student life achievements and stories that appeal to the Gen Zs. The education landscape in Singapore will only get more competitive. As we've seen from the MOE's latest statistics, parents and students have more options than ever before. Academic excellence may be your foundation, but strategic reputation building is what will make you visible in a crowded marketplace. It's what transforms your education business from one of many options to the obvious choice. If you're ready to elevate your education business profile through strategic storytelling, media relationships, and authentic digital engagement, the time to start is now. The most successful education businesses in Singapore aren't just teaching effectively, they are telling their stories effectively too. Thanks for watching, and I hope that this has given you valuable insights on how PR can transform your education business. If you have questions about implementing these strategies, drop them in the comments below. My name is Crystal and I'm from Grow Public Relations.